Hi, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to make a really quick video and just share with you some things that I've never shared really with anyone on video and maybe in person with some very close friends or such. But it's definitely a vulnerable piece of my life that is hard to share because it's frustrating and it's also just really just something that just gets me a little bit worked up. But looking back on my past with my relationship with my mother, it wasn't the most ideal relationship. It wasn't really something that people would, you know, respond to in a way like, okay, that's normal. It was something that was a unique experience that really, it does trail into my adult life. And as a child, my mom and I, we didn't get along at all, really. And as I became a teenager, it did progress a little worse. And it started off really, our biggest wedge was when I decided to start going to church as a teenager. And you know, most parents would have been very, very excited about a child at 13 years old deciding that she wanted to actually do something that's um, sought out as something more of a holistic or wholesome type of activity. And yet it created such a wedge in my family that it was really hard to deal with at times. And when I used to want to go to church, she would scold me. She would call me names. She would tell me that, I was disowning the family and that it was no purpose in that. And so it was really some things that was kind of that stuck in my mind that as an adult that it trails in a lot with just things in my personal relationships and my own confidence in myself sometimes and my mindset that I'm always an overachiever and always going after things because I felt like during that timehood in my life that that's all I can do was just keep doing things so that I didn't have to really think about that piece of my life. And it really tore a huge wedge in the relationship at home. And she was at points refusing to take me to church and pick me up from church. And so as a young teenager, I had to kind of ask people and such to help me get back and forth to church. And I was so thankful for women in my actual that church that I used to go to back in Cleveland, Ohio, that it they built a relationship around me and loved on me because I wasn't feeling any love at home. And I used to be at the altar crying my poor heart out as a child, wondering, what am I doing so wrong? Because I felt like I was doing something so right. I wasn't the child out there doing drugs. I wasn't the child out there having sex. I was just trying to go to church and do something that was, I felt like a big push. And when I look back on that, I'm so glad that I went through it because it made me so strong. It made me know that I can push through anything because I was wanting to run away from home. I wanted to just get away from that place. And, I would wanted to just literally just sleep at the church, at times that I really tried to. And people caught me trying to do that because I did not want to go home. It was just a spot of just darkness and just aggressiveness and something that was just not something ideal for for a child that was really trying to do right. I'm not saying I was perfect, but I'm just saying that I felt like in a nutshell that in general, especially to compared to teenagers these days, I wasn't doing nowhere near what they're doing these days. And it's just it was really heartening. And so a lot of times the relationship with my mom I forgave her, of course, as an adult, but then she does things as a adult still that just sparks me in ways that's like, what are you thinking? Why are you even saying that? And so her and I, I love my mom, of course, she gives me life and things. But her and I, we don't see eye to eye at all times. And she has a hard time distributing and expressing her love, and that unfold has made me do the same too. So it took a lot for me in my life to learn how to express myself and love on people. And it's a daily learning curve. So, that's something that's vulnerable about me, that is, a little dark cloud in my life, that I'm over it, but it still affects me. But yet I know that I am strong for a reason, and I know that I went through that for a reason. And I do thank God for the opportunity to go through the actual obstacles and the bumps that I've been through, because it is designed to make me who I am today. So just wanted to share with you. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but thank you so much for listening, and I hope you all have a great day.